are live on a Friday.
On a Friday, TGIF. Again, you don't know what that means, but it means thank God it's Friday. Welcome to Legends Clubhouse. I am Bobby Caboose, as always, with my partner in crime, Lawson Turner. What's
Yeah,
going on, man? It's pew, pew, 4th of
it is the
July.
4th of July. It's the day for
Are my fireworks?
I thought I thought they were fucking on point.
Thanks.
It's it's so funny due to like the concept and stuff, especially when when you're younger. It's like, oh, fireworks, loud noises, pretty lights, and then when you get a
Yeah.
little older, you're like, I don't fuck about those fireworks and stuff like that. I mean,
Dude,
I
I haven't been to like a fireworks show in
mm,
I don't know how long. Like because I just associate it with like a bunch of mosquitoes and me getting bitten the fuck up. So
do for
and
real.
it being hot. So I haven't been to a fireworks show in probably I don't think I've since I've turned 21. I think
Right.
probably 18 years.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fucking
but
that's crazy. Do you plan on, partaking in any fireworks and stuff like that for today?
I don't have any. My favorite, similar to the Native American in Joe Dirt, are sprinklers and snakes, sparklers and snakes. So,
Yeah.
if you have a giant snake, that'd be pretty cool. Just like, I don't know if you ever seen the South Park episode where the giant snake fucking
Yeah.
takes over the town.
Mhm.
One of the earliest episodes, but nah, man, unless I go to one of my buddy's house, my buddy said he was actually Melvin Troy, shout out Melvin Troy, other half of the 64-bit legends. He's planning on going to spend like 100 to 150 bucks on fireworks today and probably shooting them off. I don't know what the hell he's gonna do, so I might go over there. Who
Mhm.
knows? We have no plans.
The
Um,
continue.
no, I didn't have anything, man.
Yeah,
It's Friday.
it's Friday. It's so funny due to, like the concept of, shooting off fireworks and stuff like that. And the one thing that I fucking hate, and every time I think of fireworks, I think of, like New Year's, because that's another time of the year where people, set off fireworks. I cannot stand when fuckers do it early. There were people last night, not even at
Yeah.
midnight, setting them off, and I'm like, I fucking hate you people.
We've been hearing them for like at least a week, if not multiple weeks. Like my girl's parents were kind of getting upset about it because the dogs were, one of the dogs is like absolutely terrified of him, and like, it's just feel bad for him because he's,
Freaking out.
there's nothing really you can do about it. Yeah, he's freaking out and shit. But I've always been more of a Canada Day guy than the 4th of July Day guy. Canada Day, for those who don't know, is on July 1st, and I think that might be the best day of the year. I'm not sure, but it's up there.
Any particular
Um,
reason
you know,
why?
Probably because 38 years ago, this past July 1st, probably the greatest, most legendary person in all of time, was born. And it's yours truly. I am, if you're not aware, I am top 5 people of all time. And I have room to grow. So the list is, if you need to know the list, is obviously our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He is number one on the list. He died for our sins, so he is ultimately the greatest man to ever live, right?
Mm.
Then you got Mother Teresa. She, did a lot great for the world. I believe she's a saint. And she just very charitable and all that jazz. Then you got Gandhi. I'm sure he did great things. I know he drank a cup of his own piss every morning. I don't know. Maybe that makes you a good person. But Gandhi's number 3. Number 4 is Martin Luther King Jr. Doing a lot of stuff for getting rid of segregation and hate in the world. And then it's Bobby Caboose. So, and so I am obviously I'm 38 years old now, and Jesus only lived till he was 33. So hopefully I have plenty of time to surpass him on that list. But I am top 5 of all time, and I happen to be born on Canada Day, which is the greatest single day of the year.
That's awesome. Now it's also Bobby Bonilla Day.
Awesome.
Well, yeah, it's fucking dope, dude. Uh,
Yeah.
isn't also Bobby Bonilla Day?
It is Bobby Bonilla Day. We're celebrating all the Bobbies on July 1st.
That's
I
funny.
can't wait till I can set up a deal where I get paid like almost $2 million every year on my birthday.
Isn't it up like?
But yeah,
Isn't it up in like 2030, like six or something?
35, I believe. Yeah,
Uh,
and he was, I believe he was the first one to get, um, this kind of deal, where it's extended, and because Max Scherzer has one now,
mhm.
and I believe other guys do, but like, yeah, the official Bobby Bonilla Day. I think he is the originator of the let's stretch out my contract. Me and my buddy were talking about this. Dude, do you think he has like a ritual on July 1st? Like, do you think he's like, well, it's my day, dude. I'm going to get my steak dinner. I'm going to get my car detailed. I like he's got a set routine for that day.
Well, 110%. Like for example, if you were to tell me, okay, every year August 30th, you're getting a direct deposit for 1.8 milli. Oh, we're going Sizzler. Last week at the restaurant, I asked for nothing but some water and a packet of ketchup. On August 30th, give me the lobster, give me the country fried steak. Like, you gotta ball. Like, if you know, oh, that's a direct check, 1.8 million. Yeah, you gotta, whether it be playing something out or it's just, I'm waiting for this deposit to hit, then we finna go and maybe once every couple years get a new car or, whatever, because, that's a lump sum.
Imagine if his routine is just going to the casino and putting it on red. And he's just like,
Yeah,
yep, there's my routine. And like it's like he loses and he's like, well,
I'll get it next
I'll get
year.
it back next year.
110%. Now,
My buddy's like, and imagine if he never won. Like he hasn't won yet, and he's just like, well, maybe next year.
that's so
I
funny.
got 10 more years to do this.
That's so damn funny.
Oh shit. But also the new Jurassic Park came out
Mm,
yesterday or 2 days ago.
yeah.
On July 2nd. We went and saw it yesterday. Have you seen it yet?
I have not, but I plan on seeing it within the next couple weeks. Good?
Okay. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay?
straight up okay. It's like out of a 1 to 10, it's a 5. Like it's straight up okay. Good acting, decent story,
Mm.
not enough dinosaurs. The new dinosaur that they introduce, it straight up looks retarded.
The D-Rex?
Like yeah, is that what it is?
When the trailer came out and everything got teased, yeah, it's called the D-Rex. And what's funny is the original idea was to combine a T-Rex, a Rancor from Star Wars, and a Xenomorph from Alien. So that was the
Well, it
that
definitely looks like an alien.
yeah, that was the
It
original
definitely looks like
idea.
an alien.
Hmm.
Which it like straight up looks retarded. Like it's it looks like a giant meatball. Like I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this thing? And it just kind of took you out of the movie. At least for
Hmm.
me, I'm like this shit, like because it's supposed to be mutated, and they're supposed to be like doing experiments and shit. And I'm like, okay, there's a different way. Like just the head took me out of it completely. But like if it's supposed to be mutated as well, shouldn't it have like some kind of like retarded like feature or not features but like mental state? Like shouldn't like not to make it like cartoony and stuff, but like
Yeah,
shouldn't it be like running into trees and shit and like just being like you know dumb?
that's funny.
Like I don't know, man. It just
Mm.
the whole thing and then it was the movie was like a lot based on like the relationships between the individuals that were going to see these dinosaurs, and it just, I don't know, man. There was a lot of slow parts,
Mm.
like at the beginning. I think the guy next to me actually fell asleep at the beginning. He like I heard him snore, and like whoever was next to him like kind of gave him one of those, and he was like, "Ugh." But yeah, man, I just wasn't impressed.
Mm.
I mean, um, I'd still see it. Like if I didn't see it and I had to see it again, or someone, I probably would go watch it again. But like,
Mm.
it's nothing special. It's nothing like the original first one and the first one with Chris Pratt
Yeah.
or whatever his name is. Those two I think are the best,
Mm.
followed by the original second the original Jurassic World back in 1995 or whatever,
Yeah.
with Vince Vaughn. But
Mm.
yeah, it was okay, man. It was straight up decent.
I'm excited to see it, because when I mean it's a Jurassic World slash Park movie.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
I know.
your it's kind of like your American Duty. Listen, when the McRib is in stock, it's your American Duty go eat one. So whenever a Jurassic Park movie comes out, it's just your American Duty to go see it.
My American duty is to go get volcano tacos when they're at Taco Bell. Not a McRib.
It
McRibs
was
are
it was so funny because my boy Ashton every time the McRibs in fucking stock in season he texted me, don't forget to do your American duty and eat a McRib.
in season. When they get those McCows that they can get them, yeah, they only come around every year
Well, yeah, dude.
in season.
I saw your
Gross.
American duty, yeah, dude. I saw on Twitter the other day that I guess earlier this week was when Amelia Earhart like disappeared.
Okay.
And I want your take, like, cause she just disappeared.
This is like in the 1930s.
Yeah.
It's not like yesterday.
Well, yeah.
What did your take about Amelia Earhart disappearing?
Well,
I
like
don't know, man.
they never.
What's your take on World War II? How do you feel about that,
We
Lawson?
won
How do you feel about World War II? Was Hitler a bad guy? Let me
for
give
the
you your take.
for the most part.
Why are we talking about Amelia Earhart? What the
I,
fuck does that have to do with anything?
I just saw it and I went down the rabbit hole of motherfuckers like, oh, she disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle to another XYZ, and I'm like, that shit's fucking nuts. She probably just fucking hit a big ass bird and is in the bottom of the fucking ocean.
You hit a big ass bird. There's not pterodactyls fucking flying around in the 1930s. I know it was 100 years ago,
Well, they never
but
found her ass.
yeah, she's in the Bermuda Triangle. Nothing comes out of there, dude. Bermuda Triangle, the triangle, dude.
Triangle.
Triangle.
That's a little too close to the diamond.
Yeah, I know, man.
It
The Rock.
it's so interesting too to like. I wonder what started the Bermuda Triangle. Like, shit just disappears. People go there,
Yeah,
never to be seen again.
cheers, dude. Actually, I believe that so one of the Great Lakes in Michigan, Lake Superior, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe they have more like planes disappearing
Mm.
and shit, and ships fucking up there than the Bermuda Triangle, because they have
Mm.
that. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's technically vertigo or if there's another term for it, but there's when the plane is going over water and they start doing like dippy and doos and shit,
Yeah.
they can't fucking tell,
The
the
turbulence.
sky from turbulence. No, that's not turbulence. Is it? Turbulence is just when you start shaking, right?
Yeah.
An airplane? Yeah. So no, they'll get to a point where if you fly over the water enough, right, in one sitting, like sometimes the pilots can't tell whether it's the water below you or the sky above you, and they
Hmm.
it starts looking the same. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of shit that it's like a mental fucking thing,
Yeah.
just fucking with you. So
That's
anyway,
nuts.
um, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shit that happens in Lake Superior. So yeah, but going back to the Bermuda Triangle and Amelia Earhart was great, dude. Like, I wish I could text her today and be like, hey, that was a great flight you did with your flappy helmet thing
Your flappy helmet
and your scarf.
with the and your fucking scar.
Did you say it was like an anniversary or something? Is that
Yeah,
why you brought that up?
I saw on Twitter the other day. It was like it was today in 1937, fucking when she disappeared, and
All
I
right.
was like, oh, didn't know that, but now I fucking do. The more you know.
All right,
All right,
let's bring it up on the show.
fuck
We're
it, dude.
talking this whole episode. We're just talking about Amelia Earhart. So let's bring up some facts. Did you know that Amelia Earhart's favorite drink was Coca-Cola?
No, but it was in the 30s, so I believe it.
I just made that up, but I'm just gonna keep going with it.
Hold on,
she
I'm about to Google it.
she she once dated Frank Sinatra in elementary school.
Favorite drink. Ugh. Her favorite drink was tomato juice.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Dude, she was probably drinking Bloody Marys, and that's probably why she disappeared. She probably was all fucked up and like was like, "Fuck, man, I don't know where I'm going. I don't have GPS in this thing." Like,
It's
she's probably still on an island, dude. She probably landed on an island, and she's probably still there.
It says for her historic 1932 solo flight across the Atlantic, she relied on tomato juice, chocolate, and sometimes raisins or coca. It says her favorite drink was tomato juice, which she frequently consumed both hot and cold.
See, yeah,
It's fucking nuts.
she's got the Bloody Mary, and just getting tanked and then flying planes because she's like, well, no one else can fucking fly them. I'll do it, and it probably wasn't the safest time to start flying planes back then. So, she was probably like, let me get drunk before doing this just in case I die.
Especially
You
all
know,
four Bloody Mary.
right. It's like that dude on the Titanic that you hear about now, the chef that got like super fucked up
Yeah, that's why he
and
lived.
the alcohol warmed his blood and he was able to sit in the water and not
Mhm.
get consumed by a shark.
Yeah,
I wonder if
yes.
there was any
Gotcha.
sharks over there. Do you think there was any sharks like swarming around the people in the Titanic?
Nah, probably not.
Too much noise from the boat.
Maybe.
I scared all the fish away.
Probably. That's my guess. I mean, I'm sure, fucking. Because there were so many bodies just floating around. I'm sure eventually, after, they got the survivors up, a couple days later, they just fucking either just get ate up or just. I mean, the salt water probably, speed up the.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think maybe Jaws was there. Maybe that was the inspiration to Jaws.
Or
Maybe Rose. The reason Rose didn't let Jack on the
yeah.
door is maybe because Jaws was like fucking like actually like "Arr," like fucking like trying to eat her, and she was like defending, and
No,
then he was like
eat Jack.
get on. Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like, oh no, eat Jack. Eat him. But then, they probably couldn't put Jaws in the Titanic movie because it would have been copyright for Jaws. But that was probably the Jaws origination story is the Titanic.
Maybe there was no. Maybe there was no iceberg. Maybe they just
Yeah,
used
maybe.
Jaws.
Yeah, maybe they just used Jaws. They're like, man, we need a bigger boat.
You're damn right they need a bigger boat.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
That iceberg.
I
Jaws is down single-handedly. So I did watch this. Speaking of, before you move on, speaking of cruise ships, because Titanic was basically a cruise ship.
yeah.
I watched this documentary about the Carnival cruise ship back in like 2012 that lost power, and it was like a 4-day cruise, and they lost power, and so they were just floating there for days. And all the food went bad, and the toilets stopped working because they were all electric. It's called Poop Cruise on
Serious?
Netflix. Serious? Yes. And so watching this documentary, and it's it could have been way worse for these people, but
Right.
like yeah, I would have been fucking pissed too if my cruise ship just stopped working and like they're like, yeah, we're not sure how long it's gonna take to get back to shore. We're just in the middle of the fucking ocean, and
pitch black at night.
yeah. So they they make an announcement. They're like, if you have to go number one, go in the shower because of the drain.
I don't know where
So
the fuck the shower is.
people, people start well in their rooms, right?
Oh, right.
Um, so people start pissing in the shower, and then they're like, if you have to go number two, here's a red bag. Give them a red hazard bag to shit in. And they're like, yeah, just shit in the bag, tie it up,
And
and then
hunk
put it
it.
outside your door. No, they
Oh,
don't want to.
oh,
They
put
just
it outside your door. They had motherfuckers just go picking up shit bags. I thought they were gonna say shit in
so
this bag,
every
tie it up, find the closest rail, and just hug it.
no. So, so everyone they're interviewing, from this cruise line is like, I'm not fucking shitting in a bag. Like, you can go fuck yourself. So one of the cooks was like, he was like, yeah, man. He's like, I had this shit. So like, you literally go in every room to see, if there's a working toilet or how nasty the fucking toilet looks. And he was like, he goes, dude. He goes, I saw toilets with shit, and then people would cover the shit with toilet paper so they wouldn't be touching the shit with their ass and shitting on top of the toilet paper. He's like, it looked like a lasagna of
That's
shit.
fucking disgusting.
And then, so that happens, right? And they're calling, on the radio. They obviously like, call in for help or whatever.
Right.
Well, this other cruise line happens to be like driving right past. And so they stop, and
Oh fuck.
the captain or not the captain of the ship, but like she was like the first mate. I don't know what you call, is that a thing?
This isn't a
I know it's
pirate ship.
the first the first mate of the ship. She's like, basically like you can't, like, because they had 1,000 people on this cruise ship.
Right.
She's like, you can't just walk onto another cruise ship. Like, it doesn't like, you can't get close enough, like, all this shit. So what you have to do is actually take an emergency boat from one cruise ship to the other, and you have to transport people,
Mm.
by 3 or 4 people at a time. So she's like, that wasn't feasible. Like, we couldn't do that, because it would have took forever.
Right.
So the people on the other cruise ship are drinking and fucking like partying, and they're like, yeah, while these people are literally standing in shit. Like, there's piss everywhere. There's no food. All the food went bad, so they're making like they said, like lettuce and tomato sandwiches. And rationing them out, and then people started like hoarding food and shit and being like, get the fuck out of my area and shit. Like, people start going crazy.
It starts getting tribal. They start ganging up and marking off the.
It was like Lord of the Flies, dude. It was insane. And so they're looking like the people on the poop cruise, they're looking at these people having like a great time, and they're like, dude, fuck you. Like, and I would be the same way if I was on the other cruise. I'd be like, depending on which ship you're on, I'm like, yeah, you, we're drinking, you're stuck. And then the other side would be like, fuck you, like, you're
Right.
assholes. Save us, dude. One of the greatest parts of the documentary, a little tugboat comes to save them. They hook it up, so the tugboat starts starts pulling the ship, and the ship naturally, because you're like, you can try to pull it from the center,
Mm.
but either way, with the ship, with it going like this, you're either going to be pulling it from one side or the other, right? Or for the most part, the ship starts turning, right? On its sort of like just a tilt, right?
Yeah.
Because of the water and shit. All the fucking drains that people pissed in and shit in start overflowing. And it's everywhere, and people are just walking through shit water. Like,
Dog.
the shit
No.
that they had, dude. He was on the top bunk, and he jumped down from his bunk into like 3 inches of shit water. And he's like, yeah, my feet were just fucking covered. Like, he's like, he's like, I never felt more disgusting in my life.
It's
They
just
were on
fucking
this shit, dude.
insane.
Like, it was only supposed to be like a 3 or 4 day cruise. They were on the ship for 9 days. or 8 or 9 days, and this happened the last day they were supposed to leave.
Yo, I'm suing.
Oh, yeah, they did, and they said there was like basically every they just paid everyone's settlements. Um,
Nah, I'm about to own the
no,
cruise line.
no, because actually they had in their ticket, like they had the disclaimer
Oh
when you
no.
fucking sign the ticket, and they're like, yeah, no one reads this shit. It literally said they are not responsible for your safety for like anything,
Are you
and they so
fucking
like
serious?
so instead of like a huge uproar, because they offered everyone, they offered them like their money back and a free cruise.
Right.
Uh, and then I don't think many people took that, and they ended up. It said at the end that they settled out of court, but like
Yeah.
yeah, at the end they were like they probably wouldn't have gotten like the millions
Right.
or big settlements because of that disclaimer. And
That's
they're like, yeah,
funny.
people don't read this shit, and they're like, they're just they basically waive everything. Like, yeah, we're not responsible for you, even though you're on our ship.
That's so fucking funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah, check out Poop Cruise
Check out Poop
on
Cruise on
Netflix.
on Netflix. Um, with the All Star, starting rosters, being announced and stuff
And
like that. And the Tigers having, huh?
3 starting Tigers, maybe
Three.
4 with Jules.
Yeah, well, it will probably be four. I mean, I don't know who else you could. I mean, Hunter Brown maybe, but
Yeah, with the starting pitcher, it usually depends like how the rotation ends. So like if Scooble pitches right before the All-Star break, he may not pitch in the All-Star game.
yeah,
But yeah, he would probably be the
number one starter.
number one starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want your opinion because you are Tigers everything. Um, could you imagine at this, like 3 years ago there were 30 games under 500?
Hmm.
Could you like rewind 3 years? If someone were to tell you, "Hey, bro, in 3 years we're gonna be 20 games over, almost at All Star. We're gonna have the best record in the league. We're gonna have the best pitcher, and three starting, All Stars, and one of them being Javi fucking Baez."
The
Like,
Javi Baez thing, yes, yes. 3 years ago, been like, well, no, because it would have been early in his contract, so we would probably been keeping, um, I won't go back 3 years. I will go back. How many games have they played this year?
they have played exactly. Uh,
80,
they have
close to
played
80.
88 games. They are 54 and 34.
Okay, so I won't even go back that far. I'll go back 140 games ago. If you would have said that, I would have been like, dude, you're fucking nuts. Like,
Mm,
we were terrible last year until August. Like, I mean, we were below 500, um, less, like a 1% chance of making the playoffs, and just got on a fucking roll, dude. Like, and we haven't looked back since. I can't believe they're sustaining this. Like, even this year, it's like I don't know if you've asked me, but I know I've been asked if the Tigers are a legit World Series contender.
mm,
I still don't think they are. It's unbelievable what they're doing. I just can't see them measuring up against like a team against like the Yankees who have so many stars, and the Tigers are doing it Moneyball way. Like they
right.
have a low payroll. They just win games. If they have potentially 4 all-star start with Riley Green,
Mm,
Gleyber Torres,
yep.
Javi Baez, who no one saw that coming.
Right.
He got like rejuvenated playing the outfield.
Mm,
Now he's back in the infield. Let's see how he does. Maybe we got to throw his ass back out there. And then Scooble
right.
and Torkelson's having a great year. He hit his 19th home run yesterday.
Kerry Carpenter's
Um,
been awesome.
Kerry Carpenter, they just put him on the IL. He only 10-day, but I think he has got a hamstring
Mm.
issue or something. Anyway, name another player, dude. Name another player on the Tigers. Like it's hard. Like you have a Wenzel Perez. Have you heard of Wenzel Perez before last year?
No,
No. Justin Lawyer Malloy, I think his name is.
I know Lawyer Malloy from the Patriots back in the day.
Yeah, or it might be just Justin Malloy. I don't. Maybe I'm just throwing that lawyer because that guy.
Right.
That I don't know that guy. Like who knew him before last year?
Mm.
Name a bullpen arm. Will Vest is the only one I can name off the top of my head. Like, and I'm here, like it's crazy to think that like you have you know, I'm sure like an average Yankees fan can probably name 8 guys in their lineup. Like an average Tigers fan, you may not know 8 guys in their lineup.
Right.
Like it, like, now you're starting to because they're good. They're a fun team to watch. They're aggressive on the base path.
Dude,
Yesterday
their base
they
running's
couldn't
been
control
awesome.
anything. Yesterday I think they had 4 or 5 errors, and I watched almost every single one of them. It was unbelievable. Just they were contagious yesterday against the
Mm.
Nationals. And we still made a decent run they were up. I think what were they up 9-2, 9-3,
Yeah.
and they made a game out of it, making it 9-7. But then they let up a couple more runs. But
Mm.
yeah, man, it's crazy what's going on with this team. And obviously, the excitement is around here. Detroit is like it's such a baseball city, man. Like when Lions are king, obviously, and weirdly enough, they are because they've been terrible for
Ever.
100 years. Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's when the Tigers are good, dude. Like people get behind them. I think, if football wasn't king, the Tigers would own Detroit.
Yeah.
Um, even like last year, I went to one of the playoff games against Cleveland, and the buzz down, it was just
Mm.
amazing. So, um, but do I think that I'm concerned with them having such a big lead in the Central that they don't play any meaningful games come September, late September, and they kind of cool off, and
Mm.
that's obviously the worst time to get into any kind of slump,
Right.
going into the playoffs. So, just like football, a lot of times you need the hot team at the time to make a run. That's my biggest concern with this team, but they look legit. It's just hard to believe.
Yeah.
It is very hard.
Do because I'm still relatively not new to how baseball works, but like how much can you push like your starting pitcher? So like if
Mm,
in a set, let's say a series goes 7, how many times is Scuba gonna be on the mound?
right. I would try to get him 3 because you
And
got days in between.
mhm.
Those series could take about a week and a half. I mean, it is stretching it, but you can still throw him out there for 5 innings.
Yeah, it's because when Scuba's on the mound, y'all win.
Yeah.
Even against the Athletics a couple weeks ago, when he gave up, I think it was 4 runs, but it didn't matter because the bats were hot.
Mhm. Right.
It's really interesting because like it's he's been the best pitcher for the past 2 years now,
Yeah.
and this year
Yeah.
he has an argument to win back-to-back Cy Youngs.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
he is, and I keep looking down at you the gift that you sent me. Tarek School owns your property franchise or poverty franchise, but
Yeah.
yeah, I keep looking at that. While we're talking about this, and it makes me smile. Um,
I also
but
saw.
yeah,
Oh, real quick
so
before you move on, real quick. I saw something on Twitter that now
moving
once it
on,
no, it's still Tiger related. With I
I'm
saw.
not moving on.
Yeah, you're not moving on. I got one more question for you.
No, I
Um.
got you.
Okay.
Your question to me.
All right. Oh, the question
That's
for me
you.
is the question for me what my question is for you.
Maybe.
Anyways,
What's your question?
I saw some on Twitter that apparently Schoolboy is not interested in signing a long-term deal in Detroit. I don't know if it's true. I just saw it and is all it's talking
I
about it.
don't never heard anything like that. There's no rumor like that, but
Yeah, that's why I
they
was
are
like,
they're going to be spending probably $500 million on this guy. So
and I was about to say, like, it's not like he's crazy young, but he's not crazy old.
right. So my question to you, and it actually probably should be a question for me, if the Tigers are able to win the World Series this year, do you trade Scooble?
No.
I say yes. I say absolutely.
It's so tough because when you have because he's what 29, 20,
Yeah, he
30.
yeah, yeah, he's in his upper 20s.
That's so tough because you would genuinely get like, now obviously you wouldn't get the bulk of the load, something close to a deal of this player, but you could damn near get like a Otani Judge type of deal for how he is right now, coming
Yeah.
off probably back-to-back Cy Youngs, a World Series, might even fuck around to be World Series MVP, depending upon how he performs. It's it's really tough because
Say you trade him, you get the fucking house and the farm, and like you just continue to be good. Like like most pitchers have shelf lives. A lot of them aren't. Max Scherzer and Verlander pitching into their 40s. If you give him a 10-year deal, he's going to be close to 40. We already had something with Miguel Cabrera. You give him your 10 years or whatever contract he had,
mm,
and the last five of them are no good. Like you're like, okay, dude, like it goes from, someone put it very very good, like clear and phrased it a great way yesterday, was um that you love the player when you sign them to the deal.
right.
They're probably your most popular and favorite player, and then they get to a point where they're not your favorite player, and you just want them to leave.
That's a good point.
And and the thing is like you can't blame them for making your 40-50 million dollars a year, even if you suck. Like baseball is basically you get paid for the stuff you've already done. Like that's how it works. Unlike any other sport, because the teams, the franchises have control of these players until
Like their
they're
seventh
in
year.
yeah. So it's unique that way. And I think if you are able to win a World Series, that's the ultimate goal.
Hmm.
You win the World Series, you trade Scooble, you get as much as you can get back, and you continue to just dominate this division with young
Just a collection of
prospect.
talent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's kind it goes to like when we were talking about a couple weeks ago about the Paul Skeen stuff. It's
yeah.
like, now once again, you're in two different, like, if your end goal is World Series, which it is for everybody. If you're here and the World Series is here, where are you in this timeline?
Right,
And like the Tigers are here and the Pirates are here in the beginning.
right.
So it's like
Yeah,
there's no right way to trade someone who's been so dominant over the past 2
right.
years.
See, Skeens, the problem with trading Skeens right now is the Pirates can still get better during his tenure there. So
Right.
you don't trade him right away.
Hmm.
You're waiting, and you have a few more years under team control, and then you trade him towards the end of his contract. When he'll at least be a unrestricted free agent, because either you're not going to afford him or he's just going to leave. So,
Hmm.
um, you trade him towards the end of that, but yeah, man, it makes an interesting debate with Scooble, because obviously the guy is fire, dude. Like I'd love to see him as a Tiger, forever. But in reality, like, is it the best thing for the team? Maybe not, man. Maybe you move on and you get a shit ton for him, and you continue to be relevant for the next 10 years.
Hmm.
So
As opposed to having this ball of lightning for three.
yeah,
Yeah,
yep,
it is interesting based off of like it's prospects on top of everything, as opposed to
mhm,
other sports where it's okay, well, it's draft picks and stuff like
yeah,
that, because like we talked about a couple weeks ago, draft picks kind of don't.
hmm,
It's a crapshoot, especially in baseball, because you could be drafted number one overall and just suck because you can't ball.
right. Billy Bean.
Bingo.
But yeah, it's and especially with Scooble being one of the top pitchers in baseball, if not the top pitcher, like you are gonna get some ready-made major leaguers, like
Mm-hmm.
guys that are ready for the either already in there or they're right at the doorstep, and you're not gonna have to trade for these double A guys that may have a bunch of potential that you have no idea.
Right.
You're gonna get top of the line dudes for him. So, especially if you're trading him to a contender, like a usual contender. Obviously, you don't know the contenders year by year, but like,
Mm-hmm.
like a Yankees, a Dodgers, a big market team that usually is in the mix.
Or like if a deal could be centered around somebody. Now once again, I don't see the Cubs doing this, but a trade around like PCA or
Yeah.
someone like that who's still young and coming off of, because this year's been awesome.
I don't know how the Tigers did not get Kyle Tucker when they traded Verlander to the Astros. Like that, it would Kyle Tucker. I don't know if he was in the majors yet. He was right there, and I don't know how you don't get him
Mm-hmm.
in you know,
Mm-hmm.
potentially the best pitcher of the decade.
Yeah.
You know,
Him, Scherzer, Kershaw. Pick your
yeah,
poison. Yeah.
right.
Speaking of Kershaw, I'm sure you saw he hit 3,000 the other day.
Yep.
It's so funny because when I was watching the game, I'm like, I want to see, this historic shit happen. They let him fucking empty the tank, 100 pitches, 6 innings, and I'm like, oh, they're making sure he's getting it this fucking
Yeah.
game at fucking home. They're not letting him start another game. Don't care if it's
Right.
3 series later when they're back. I don't know if they're about to be on a road trip, but they're
Yeah.
like, we're not letting him start another game. It would have been so funny if they would have called that strike three a ball and walks the batter if they're like, you know what, go out there for the fucking seventh at 113, dude. Go get one more, then we'll take your ass out.
He's looking like fucking Chet Steadman in Rookie of the Year. Fucking throwing his arms on. Air guitar goes, and he's like, "Oh, give me one more."
Shit's so funny though, but yeah, and I've seen a lot of people, like bring up his all-time stats and stuff like that, and it's like, oh, is he a Hall of Famer despite his playoff struggles? And it's like, no shit.
Dude, most dominant regular season pitcher
Like
in the NL for a decade, dude. Like
it
it
was.
same thing as Verlander, dude. Like Verlander didn't win it here; he won it in Houston.
Hmm.
Like Verlander wasn't a great playoff pitcher. He got fucking lit up in the World Series. I think Pablo Sandoval hit like 3 home runs off him.
Yeah,
I think in one game. Like he
it's
shit happened.
yeah, it's interesting too as to like to differentiate baseball and all the other sports, because baseball is one of those where some of your all-time great players are just not in, and it's like, it's kind of fucking weird.
Yeah, like Mike Trout, dude. Mike Trout, if he stayed healthy, Mike Trout would have probably been, one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
He would probably hit 600 home runs. Um, and he's made the playoffs once. He's been in the playoffs once.
and got swept.
So, yeah. So, I mean, shit happens, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I think Kershaw is like a
um,
no-brainer for obvious
yeah,
reasons.
100%.
Hmm. Now,
What else? What else you got?
what else do I have?
Yeah. NBA free agency. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can jump into some free agency. My Lakers, they got DeAndre Ayton the other day.
You're from Georgia. You're Lakers.
Yeah,
You're a Lakers.
listen,
You're
whatever
a Hawks fan. Why aren't you a Mookie Blaylock fan?
whatever team LeBron James is on will have my fandom until he retires, and then we'll go
Keep
and then we'll go
saying
from there.
about him coming to Detroit, and I'm like, no, no, I don't want him here.
It'd be really well to jump into the Hawks, since he wanted to bark on the Hawks. I think they have. I love every single move that they've done. Like they have
Okay,
holding.
before you continue, do you have enough material that we could cover this on a whole show on Monday?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll do that.
awesome.
Monday will be NBA free agent Monday. Because what I have an
There's
idea. I have an
yeah.
idea for the show. So I will tell you after the show what the idea is. And we will cover all of the NBA free agency so far on Monday.
Awesome.
And it'll be a legit show. Like I'm not trying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, we're not
like,
teeing.
yeah, it
We
will
don't
be a legit show, and I have an idea, and it's I just asked you if why aren't you a Mookie Blaylock fan? Of course, there's going to be some shenanigans in it, but this will be
for
a
as
more serious angle from me. I thought about this the other day. This was probably going to be our Wednesday show if you decide to show up, but you didn't. So we didn't have a Wednesday show, and we didn't make it up. But yeah, I have an idea, and I think it'll be a great show on Monday.
for as much as we laugh and smile, we don't tee around here.
Yeah, no
All
tee.
all serious.
Yeah, all serious all the time. But why aren't you a Mookie Blaylock fan?
I don't know who Mookie Blaylock is.
You're from Atlanta or from Georgia?
That name has never rung a bell.
Steve Smith?
Yeah, I know who Steve Smith is.
Dikembe Mutombo?
Yep.
Alan Henderson?
Yep.
Theo Ratliff?
Yep.
Mookie Blaylock was on that team.
You're right. He was. Why did I Google to get a picture or to put a face to the name, and it's just a mugshot of him with like a cut right here? And I'm like, great, that's a great picture. Where I'm just trying to find a picture of his face, a number, and a jersey.
Yeah, Mookie Blaylock's a felon. What happened? What happened to Mookie Blaylock?
From NBA. The title of this YouTube video, that the thumbnail is literally a picture of him to a mugshot. The title is literally From NBA All-Star to Prison. What happened to Mookie Blaylock?
No, Mookie.
Yo, he played until the 2000. He played till 2002. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Mookie Blaylock.
I can't believe he's in prison.
I don't know if he's still in prison.
That just ruined my Friday. That ruined my 4th of July.
I'm about to Google.
I knew Canada Day was way better than 4th of July. Oh,
I'm about to Google, see if Mookie Blaylock's in prison.
Dude, you know who the best Hawk/Piston ever is?
Why is it Hawk/Piston?
Because it's Josh Smith.
Josh Smith was a baller. Shout out to the lefty, especially when Houston made that crazy 3-1 comeback against the Clippers in 2013. No, 15. That's when it was.
He wasn't very good as a Piston. He wasn't very good as a Piston.
No, but he was straight as a Hawk. He was really good. Well, in his older age, he was a good, serviceable role player for the Rockets. Do you want
team with him? I'm trying to think of who was on that team with him
in Atlanta?
Yeah, because they had a nice squad for a little bit. A lot of athletic guys. I feel like.
Was Joe Johnson on that team?
Yeah. Who was their point guard?
I think that was before Jeff Teague was there.
I forgot about Jeff Teague.
It might have been Jeff Teague. I think Al Horford was a rookie when they went.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're talking about Detroit signing Al Horford. We'll talk about the free agency and.
I was just about to say all eyes. I was about to say all eyes point to him joining, a specific team. Do you want to know why Mookie Blaylock was in prison?
Why?
Former NBA player Darren Mookie Blaylock was sentenced to 3 years.
His name not Mookie?
His real name is Darren, Daron. His real name, nickname is Mookie. Darren Mookie Blaylock was sentenced to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty to. Huh?
I hate this guy now. I thought his name was Mookie. It was Mookie in the video game.
It was Mookie in the video game. He was sentenced to 3 years in prison after pleading guilty to vehicular homicide in a fatal car crash in 2013. The crash happened after Blaylock had been told by a doctor not to drive due to a medical condition and prior DUI offenses. He had also been arrested for a DUI a month before the fatal crash.
Mookie. Fucking Mookie. Anyway. Jeff Teague. Didn't he go to Florida?
No, that was Al Horford. Al Horford was on Florida.
You know,
Jeff Teague
um,
was college basketball's fucking nuts. Just
who was their small forward on that team?
Joe Johnson.
I thought he was shooting guard
I thought it was a. Let me just fucking pull it up.
because Josh Smith played power forward, I believe, right?
Yeah, he was powerful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
he was a
nice little.
four. They did have a nice little squad back in the day. I remember when they won 60 games and they had 4 All Stars and then got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals. That was a funny day at school. Everyone was like, "Yeah, we're gonna beat the fucking Cavs, #1 seed. Fuck LeBron," and then they got fucking swept. um, that
And
was.
you were that goober. You were that LeBron goober.
I had. I'm like, guys. They got LeBron, Kyrie, Timofey Mozgov, Kevin Love was hurt, but I'm like, guys, it's LeBron, dude. I mean, they had a really good squad. Okay. All right, so I got the 2009-2010 Hawks roster. Was okay. That was not when Josh Smith was on there, but this they had Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby, I like Mike Bibby was one of my favorite point guards in the league when he was on Sacramento.
Let me look up Josh Smith and just pull up that roster because yeah, he was on Atlanta from 04 to 2013.
Who?
Josh Smith. And then he went to Detroit and Houston 2014 and 15. He played 28 games in Detroit and didn't do shit.
We got him, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then he fucking blew dick, and I was like, "Okay, that's cool
The
too."
2011-2012 Hawk roster. They had Kirk Heinrich, legend.
Kirk, the old baby bull.
Oh, goggles. Joe Johnson was the 2 guard. They had Tracy McGrady playing the 3.
Holy shit! I didn't
They
know he was
had
on the team.
all right. The whole just notable names: Willie Green, who's now the head coach for I think he's the Pelicans head coach. Joe Johnson, Al Horford, Heinrich, Zaza Pachulia, T Mac, Josh Smith, Jerry Stackhouse, and Jeff Teague. Those are they did have Stackhouse.
Stackhouse, dude. Stackhouse was the man in Detroit. Like I loved Stackhouse.
He was the man in
He
Detroit.
he was the man with the teal jerseys, dude.
Bro, I could reminisce on like it. I love seeing that tweet or TikTok. It's like, what do when all guys get together, what do they do? We just reminisce on just old athletes that we used to watch.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, dude. Jerry Stackhouse was like after Grant Hill. And he was like our dude for a little bit, and then he went to the Wizards, I think, after and played with Jordan.
Yep.
And yeah, man.
And then he somehow ended up in Atlanta. I remember when Steven Jackson was in Atlanta.
Steven Jackson. Oh yeah. I forgot about Steven Jackson. He was in Golden State, right?
Yeah, he was on that
Baron Davis.
Yep.
Dude, that was one of my favorite fucking teams. Baron Davis, Jason Richardson.
That was 07. That was the year they swept Dallas when Dirk won MVP.
Yep.
I gotta look up that team. That was just a crazy fucking team.
Derek Lee.
Yeah.
Derek Lee? Was it David Lee?
Yeah.
David Lee.
The 2007
Andres Biedrins.
Matt Barnes was on that team.
What do you know about Andres Biedrins?
What
do you know about? You don't know nothing about Andres Biedrins.
Very little. Matt Barnes, Baron Davis, Mike Dunleavy, Monte Ellis.
I bet you didn't know I knew who Andres Biedrins was. Monte Ellis was my dude too. I liked Monte Ellis.
You get 3 claps and Ric Flair for knowing who Beatrice is. Woo!
Woo! We usually do 2 claps for Ric Flair, but I guess 3 can. Okay.
Yeah, though, but that was a fucking. He played. Beatrice played all 82 games.
See? And he was a massive rebounder, dude. And he kind of
6'11", yeah.
He looked a little special, but he was cool. He looked like a one of those dinosaurs that are like stand on their hind legs and they're like this. They got the short arms, but they got the fucking like spike.
Yeah.
On the head. What dinosaur is it?
Spinosaurus?
It's not a Spinosaurus. It's not a thing.
Oh, on a cat,
Whatever
not the
dinosaur.
back.
Yeah, it's like got like a mohawk. That's what he looked like. He looked like a dinosaur.
That
He should have been on the Raptors. He should have been the mascot.
should have been the mascot. That's funny. Chris Mullen was the executive. Oh, their coach was Don Nelson. Jesus Christ, what a squad!
Yeah, dude. The old man.
They were second in points per game and dead last in opponents' points per game.
Yeah, dude. It was just run and
Yo,
gun,
you
dude.
know what's even
No
more funny?
defense.
They were second in the league at 106.5 points per game.
See?
That's
And now that's probably
disgusting.
bottom of the league, dude.
That's fucking dog. That's terrible. What were they in
Dude.
pace? They were first in pace at
Yeah.
99.2. That's piss poor now. But once again,
I don't know what
back
that is. Like, how do they measure pace? What's 99.2?
pace is kind of like how
Well, I know what pace is, but how do they measure it? What's the 99.2?
it's your giant complex algorithm. Not enough time in the show.
Okay, cool.
That kind of
Amelia Earhart.
yeah.
Let's just fucking throw it in the air and it gets lost.
Woo.
God. Anyway, um, I guess we're covering that on Monday as well. But anyway, shout out to Amelia Earhart. But we have a Nerfy today, right?
We do have
I,
Nerfies.
dude, I think I lost again.
You did. You
The last.
fuck. It's even more crazy too, because like baseball's now starting at 11 o'clock, and I'm just like, yo, this is
Yeah.
awesome.
Um.
While we're looking up Nerfies,
I've
just
lost 4 in a row.
yeah. While
What the
while
fuck?
um while we while we're looking up Nerfies, do you think Joey Jaws comes back for a vengeance?
Joey Jaws. I was like, who the fuck is Joey Jaws? But yeah, Joey Chestnut, man. That's the 4th of July tradition of the hot dog eating contest.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you know what you do? You take the 2 hot dogs, you dip them in water, and you're like, so,
That's the
dude,
meta, man.
dude,
That's the
I
voodoo,
do it, man.
dude.
Easy. It's easy. Yeah, Chestnut's gonna win, dude. No one can touch him.
Now I'm curious, is he
You know,
gonna break his record? I think his record's like 60. No, I think it's
he
70, like four.
breaks it like every year, doesn't he? Like it's every year he breaks it, and I feel like it's always the same number. I'm like, wasn't this the record last year or 2 years ago or whatever? But yeah, he's the new Kobayashi. I think he took the belt from him. Kobayashi, I haven't heard in years, but yeah, I used to watch it every year. Traditionally, I haven't watched it in a few years, but you know. They used to have, I don't know if they still do, had a USA versus Canada softball game, pro softball game,
Yeah.
and that would be fun to watch too because you can only have like 10 home runs, and the guys like literally get pissed when they hit solo shots.
Well, yeah.
So
Well, yeah. You're wasting your home runs.
I know, dude, it's crazy how good they are to be able to be like, yeah, I'm fucking pissed that I hit a home run.
All right. Well,
But anyway.
since you lost your last Nerfy, I'll let you pick first.
You told me that last time. I gotta get off this train, so you pick up first.
All right. Give me the Pirates at Seattle. For Seattle, it's Brian Wu, uh Woo Woo Woo. And for
Woo
Pittsburgh,
woo
huh?
woo woo Brian Woo.
Woo
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 woo woo
Woo.
Kenny. Woo 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 Brian Woo.
Brian Wu. He has a seven
Like
four. He has a
Lawson.
he has a 7-4 record. As we all know, records don't fucking matter in baseball. He has
Yeah.
a 2.93 ERA, 96 Ks. He's coming off a great performance against the Rangers, going 6 innings, 5 hits allowed, 2 runs, none of them earned, and 9 Ks. And for the Pirates, it is TBD.
Tibid.
David.
So I almost picked that game as well, but I am going with the Tigers and the Guardians division game. It's a big series for Cleveland to try to get back in this.
Mm-hmm.
And So the Tigers are coming in a 54-34 record. And the Guardians are low 500, but Reese Olson's on the mound for the Tigers. He's got a 2.96 ERA with 51 strikeouts. He is 4-3, but we don't care about the records, as Lawson said. And we also have Slade Sassoni. I'm hoping I say that right. He's 3-3 with a 3.64 ERA with 42 strikeouts. Division opponent, I think it'll be low scoring. Opening day for the series, so
Mm-hmm.
I hopefully I can get off this fucking you know
Yeah.
train that I'm on.
Do
I'm doing Amelia Earhart, dude. I'm just in the air,
just
and I lost 4 times in a row. I'm in the
um
triangle somewhere trying to get out.
before picking this game, did you take into consideration that this is Reese's first game pitching since May 17th?
No,
Cool. Just purely off vibes.
it's all,
Gotcha. Yeah. Good talk.
it's all. Yep. Didn't think about that.
Was locked now.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. But anyway, check us out. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays for the most part. Sometimes it switches. We try to let you know when we're not going to be on the YouTube live. But if you can't check us out at 7:30 on those times, check us out show later. Like if you can't have your breakfast with us and you're an asshole and just don't want to, and you just want to check us out later, that's fine too. I'm sorry I called you an asshole, but as long as you check out the stuff, we're cool. So check us out at New Leaf News on YouTube, obviously. newleafnews.com/.network. Both of them take you to the same great site. We have daily content. We're absolutely fucking killing it over there. Between gaming, sports, horoscopes, politics, entertainment, no Diddy. Check us out at on Instagram, on X, on Facebook at New Leaf News. If you like Pods and More, we have a Pods and More section on the website, and it has my other show, 64-Bit Legends. We try to have an episode every week, every 2 weeks. We've got about 109 episodes, so go back in the archives and listen to all of them before next week. Spike our numbers. We're at 64-Bit Legends on the gram, on X. Same with myself and Lawson. I am at Bobby Kaboose on both platforms. He is at Lawson_1226. We know my birthday's on Canada Day. His birthday is those long numbers behind his underscore. I know you missed out on mine. I got this nice Meth Gator shirt. So shout out to Meth Gator. But get him some birthday presents. He's never had a birthday gift in his life because you know what? Either gets tied in with Christmas gifts or people just don't care. And we need people to care around here. The world is a better place when people care about each other. So when you start caring about Lawson, I'll start caring about you. So start getting him gifts. Throw up your Venmo. Make sure people can pay you through either that PayPal, Cash App, get your, insert your money transfer app here and send it over to Lawson. Look at that bedspread. He needs a new one. It looks like something, from a Native American tribe.
Fuck you,
Anyway.
dick.